meeting to order. Please rise for a moment of silence for all our departed troops. Salute to the flag, Dennis. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Notice of this meeting pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-10, has been complied with and shall be entered into the minutes of this meeting.
Roll call.
Freeholder Barrett Belante.
Here.
Freeholder Delina. Freeholder Polos.
Here.
Freeholder Tamaro.
Here.
Freeholder Valenti.
Here.
Freeholder Deputy Director Rios.
Here.
At this time, I will read into the record a letter of resignation received from former Freeholder Director Christopher Rafano. Addressed to Margaret Pemberton, Clerk of the Board of Chosen Freeholders. Dear Margaret, I write this letter to inform you that my appointment to the New Jersey Superior Court has been confirmed by the State Senate and that I am resigning from the Middlesex County Board of Chosen Freeholders and my position as Freeholder Director effective immediately. It has been my honor and privilege to work with you to serve the people of Middlesex County. I truly enjoyed my 15 years on the board and my time serving as director. Middlesex County is by far the greatest county in the land. I am happy that I was able to contribute to its growth and reputation as a freeholder, and I look forward to continuing my service to the public as I move to the bench. With gratitude and best wishes, Christopher D. Rafano, and it's dated February 26, 2013.
Thank you. At this time, I would request a motion for a nomination for the position of Freeholder Director. At this time, I would like to recognize Freeholder Carol Barrett Belante.
Thank you. It is a great honor and privilege tonight to place the name of Ronald Rios as director. He's a wonderful, caring family man with great strength and intelligence, and I don't know where he gets his energy. I really don't. But there is no one that could do the job better than my dear friend, Ron Rios.
Thank you. At this time, I would like to also recognize Freeholder Blanquita Valenti.
Thank you. I can't think of anyone on this board that's more dynamic and trustworthy than our freeholder, Ron Rios from the Borough of Carteret. You have done a splendid job as Deputy Director, and I expect that you'll even do a better job as our Director. So therefore, I am very happy to second your nomination.
Thank you. At this time, are there any other nominations for Freeholder Director?
Motion to close the floor.
Second.
Motion by Freeholder Tamaro, second by Freeholder Valenti. Is there all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Against? Roll call on the vote for Freeholder Director.
Freeholder Barrett Belante.
Yes.
Freeholder Polos.
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro.
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti.
Yes.
Freeholder Deputy Director Rios.
Yes.
At this time, I would like to call upon the Honorable Alan P. Comba, Municipal Judge of the Borough of Carteret, to administer the oath of office. Holding the Bible for Freeholder Director Rios are his wife, Mickey, and also present, daughters Jennifer and Sandra, son-in-law Joe, and granddaughters Natalie and Gianna.
I, Ronald G. Rios,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
and to the governments
established in the United States and this state,
established in the United States and in this state,
under the authority of the people, that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
and
justly perform all the duties of the office
of
Director of the Middlesex County Board of Chosen Freeholders,
Director of the Middlesex County Board of Chosen Freeholders,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability,
So help me God.
so help me God.
Which resolution is Oh, because I know Yeah, exactly. Oh, you have it on. Congratulations.
I have a few words to say. Not too many, though. First of all, I would like to thank my family and all my friends for coming here today and for all your support throughout the years. It certainly is my distinct honor to have been given the support of my freeholder colleagues to become freeholder director and to lead this esteemed board. I thank you for your votes of confidence in me and vow to work with you to continue our strong fiscal management and our quality service delivery. I count you as friends and partners in our efforts to serve the residents of Middlesex County to the best of our abilities. It has been a pleasure to serve on this board since 2008, and just yesterday, coincidentally, was 5 years that I was appointed to this board. I firmly believe that Middlesex County government is the epitome of good government, one that listens to the needs of its constituents. We have been led by dynamic public servants, and I am humbled to be among their ranks. I would like to personally thank my immediate predecessor and good friend, Chris Rafano, who led this board through one of the nation's most difficult economic periods and 2 hurricanes that devastated our communities. Under his leadership, Middlesex County is making a comeback on both fronts. He guided us as we put into place the systems and programs to get our local economy back on its feet. He also oversaw the complete restructuring of county government that helped us more effectively and more efficiently respond and recover from Hurricane Irene and Superstorm Sandy. I wish Chris well as he takes his position on the New Jersey Superior Court. He will no doubt continue his record of excellent public service as he moves to the bench. I, too, will do my part to serve the public as we move further into 2013. We will move forward on our plans to better serve the health care needs of our residents by restoring the historic Roosevelt Hospital to accommodate modern apartments for our senior citizens. In future phases, other areas of the building will house the medical and social services of our seniors need to allow them to maintain their independence. We will continue offering the highest quality education at our county college and our vocational technical schools, which have received national recognition. We will encourage mentoring programs for our youth, ensuring that they understand the sky is the limit when planning their future. This month will see the complete implementation of the solar panel field at our Apple Orchard Lane complex. The field will provide 100% of the complex's power needs, saving taxpayers $1 million a year in energy savings and generating clean power that will help our environment. In an effort to bring down ever-escalating healthcare costs, we are expanding our employee wellness program, designed to help our employees find long-term health and wellness solutions. The program will be fully funded by our insurance carriers. Once integrated, the program will result in healthier employees and an anticipated 20% reduction in the county's healthcare cost, which will mean savings for our taxpayers. I will continue to lead the Middlesex County Veterans Housing Assistance Program. This is a workable, sustainable plan that will end homelessness for our military veterans and is consistent with our 10-year plan to end homelessness in the county. While federal dollars exist to help veterans with rental assistance, our program does more. It provides help in paying rental arrears, security deposits, temporary rental assistance, and help in finding suitable housing. We also will continue our outreach to our senior citizens to ensure they have access to the many programs and services offered through the county. We will continue to enhance our open space portfolio and our active recreational facilities. We also will explore the possibility of building a minor league baseball park in the southern part of the county at no cost to the taxpayers. The state-of-the-art facility would be the product of a public-private partnership and house a minor league team. It also will offer a perfect venue for other popular events such as outdoor concerts and festivals. This will be an incredible addition to other recreational opportunities our county offers. We have other programs and projects in the works that rely on the partnerships we have formed over the years with our municipalities, our neighboring counties, and private industry throughout the county. Chief among them is expanding shared service opportunities and building an online business portal that will serve to boost our economic development efforts. The portal is a one-stop shop for new investors, current business owners, and municipal and private entities to get the information and communication they need to make sound business decisions. 2013 will prove to be an exciting, busy year filled with opportunity. I look forward to working with my colleagues on the board and our administration and staff to bring these projects to fruition and to undertake others that will further our dual goals of offering quality service at cost our taxpayers can afford. Thank you, and may God bless the United States and Middlesex County. Thank you. At this time, I would like to request nominations for the position of Freeholder Deputy Director, and I would like to recognize Freeholder H. James Polos.
Thank you, Director, and once again, congratulations. With your permission, before I submit a name into nomination, I would just also like to thank Chris for all the years of service. We worked together for 15 years, and just ask everyone for another round of applause. I didn't recognize you with your robe on. You look great. It's my pleasure to submit Blanquita Valente's name in for Deputy Director. Blanquita and I have worked together for many years, but our time together actually precedes our involvement on the Freeholder Board, back to when she was a teacher, and I worked in a local institution, a local restaurant, actually a hotel in the area, and we met many, many years ago, and that's how we became friends long before we got involved in county politics. But her reputation precedes her. She's a wonderful woman, a very caring woman, very human person, really cares about her constituents, does a wonderful job with the departments that she represents, and I think it'll be a pleasure to have her as Deputy Director.
Thank you. At this time, I would seek a second, and I would like to recognize Freeholder Charlie Tamaro.
Thank you, new director, and good luck to you.
Thank you.
I also want to congratulate Chris. I know he'll do a fine job as one of our new Superior Court judges, and good luck to you. It is my honor and pleasure to nominate Freeholder Valente. I've had the opportunity to sit next to her for the last 2+ years, and I've seen her passion, witnessed her passion for the department she oversees, especially the social service department. As Ronnie mentioned in his statement, one of the what we're trying to do in this county is end homelessness, and she has worked so hard to make sure that that can happen, and also for our veterans. So it is my pleasure to second the nomination.
Thank you. Are there any other nominations for Deputy Director? Is there a motion to close nominations?
So moved.
Is there a motion
Second.
by Freeholder Tamaro, second by Freeholder Carol Barrett Belmonte? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Roll call for vote for Deputy Director.
Freeholder Barrett Belmonte,
Yes.
Freeholder Polos.
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro,
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti,
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rios.
Yes.
At this time, I would like to call the Honorable Christopher Rafano, Judge of the Superior Court, to administer the oath of office. Holding the Bible for Freeholder Deputy Director Valenti will be her grandchildren, Marisa and Tommy Valenti.
I want Blanquita to know this is my first official act as a Superior Court judge. Okay, ready? Okay. Left hand.
Okay.
I, Blanquita Valente,
I, Blanquita Valenti,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially, and justly
impartially, and justly
perform all the duties of the Office of Deputy Director of the Middlesex County Board of Chosen Freeholders
perform all the duties of the Deputy Director of the Middlesex County Board of Chosen Freeholders
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God. Thank you so much to my colleagues for this nomination, to all my friends, my family that is here, my grandchildren, my sons that are here, my daughter-in-law, and to the many, many wonderful residents of Middlesex County. It's been an honor and a privilege to have served for 3 terms on this Board of Freeholders, and I'm looking forward to a 4th term, so I hope you will support me. But I just wanted to say many, many thanks to our former Freeholder Director, Chris Rafano. He did an outstanding job, and our former Deputy Director, who's now our Director, for all the hard work, all the many hours that you've spent, and I know that you will do an outstanding job again as our Director. So many thanks to all of you for being here. Many thanks to my colleagues for their respect and for honoring me with this position. Thank you so much.
Okay, at this point, the clerk will read resolution relative to the establishment of the cap.
Resolution 13-136. This resolution was advertised in the Home News Tribune on Friday, February 15, 2013. Authorize increase in the 2013 tax levy cap limits and establishment of a cap bank, NJSA 48:4-45.14. Authorized public hearing to be held on March 7, 2013 at 7 p.m. in the Freeholders meeting room. Whereas the local government cap law, NJSA 48:4-45.1 et sec, provides that in the preparation of its annual budget, a county shall limit any increase in its levy in said budget to 2% unless authorized by resolution to increase it to 3.5% over the previous year's tax levy, subject to certain exceptions. And whereas NJSA 48:45.15a provides that a county may, when authorized by resolution, establish and when and if necessary, utilize a cap bank for the allowable increase from the 2% cap limit to the 3.5% rate within the current year or in either of the next 2 succeeding years. And whereas the County of Middlesex finds it advisable and prudent to increase the calendar year 2013 tax levy cap by up to 3.5% over the previous years in the interest of promoting the health, safety, and welfare of its citizens. And whereas the Board of Chosen Freeholders hereby determines that a 1 1/2% increase in the tax levy cap bank for said year, amounting to $3,228,246 in excess of the increase in the tax levy cap bank otherwise permitted by the local government cap law, is advisable and prudent. And whereas the Board of Chosen Freeholders hereby determines that any amount authorized here and above that is not utilized as part of the final budget tax levy shall be retained as an exception to the final tax levy cap in either of the next 2 succeeding years. And whereas NJSA 48:4-45.14 requires that a public hearing be held thereon, and whereas this board wishes to hold said public hearing on Thursday, March 7, 2013 at 7 p.m. in the Freeholders Meeting Room, County Administration Building, New Brunswick. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Chosen Freeholders of the County of Middlesex, a majority of the full authorized membership of this governing body affirmatively concurring that in the calendar year 2013 budget year, the final allowable tax levy cap of the County of Middlesex shall, in accordance with this resolution and NJSA 48:4-45.14, be increased by 1 1/2%, amounting to $3,228,246, and that calendar year 2013 county budget for the County of Middlesex be approved and adopted in accordance with this resolution. And be it further resolved that any amount authorized herein above that is not utilized as part of the final budget levy shall be retained as an exception to the final tax levy cap in either of the next 2 succeeding years. And be it further resolved that a public hearing shall be held on Thursday, March 7, 2013 at 7 p.m. in the Freeholders Meeting Room, County Administration Building, New Brunswick, New Jersey. Be it further resolved that the clerk of this board shall cause this resolution to be published in the Home News Tribune, East Brunswick, at least 10 days prior to the date of said public hearing. Be it further resolved that a certified copy of this resolution as introduced be filed with the Director of the Division of Local Government Services within 5 days of introduction. Be it further resolved that a certified copy of this resolution upon adoption with a recorded vote included thereon be filed with said Director within 5 days after such adoption.
Okay, before I open up the meeting, the public hearing on this resolution, I'm going to request a 2-minute recess in case anyone wants to leave in the audience. 'Cause I know some of it's going to be a little while here, so I just want to leave it open for anyone that would like to leave. You're welcome to leave. Okay, at this time I would like to open up the public hearing on resolution number 13-136. Is there anyone in the audience that'd like to comment only on resolution number 13-136?
I move to close the public portion.
Second.
Motion by Freeholder Tamaro, second by Freeholder Valente to close. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
At this time, we will consider a resolution relative to confirm the actions of the Board of Chosen Freeholders that previously adopted a calendar year 2013 resolution to increase the tax levy cap limits and establish a cap bank resolution in accordance with NJSA 48:4-45.14.
Clerk will read resolution number 13-446.
Confirm the actions of the Board of Chosen Freeholders that previously adopted a calendar year 2013 resolution to increase tax levy cap limits and establish a cap bank, NJSA 48:4-45.14. Whereas the Middlesex County Board of Chosen Freeholders previously adopted a resolution in accordance with the requirements of the local government cap law, NJSA 48:4-45.1 et sec, relative to the preparation of its annual budget. And whereas the Board of Chosen Freeholders conducted a public hearing on March 7th, 2013 at 7 p.m. in the Freeholders Meeting Room as authorized on February 7th, 2013, now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Chosen Freeholders of the County of Middlesex, a majority of the full authorized membership of this governing body does hereby confirm the action taken on March 7th, 2013, increasing tax levy cap limits and establishing a cap bank pursuant to NJSA 48:4-45.14. Be it further resolved that a certified copy of this resolution upon adoption with the recorded vote included thereon be filed with said director within 5 days after such adoption.
Okay. At this time, I'd like to open up the public portion on resolution number 13446. Anyone from the public would like to comment on resolution number 13446?
I'll move to close the public portion.
Second.
Motion by Freeholder Tamaro, second by Freeholder Valenti. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, is there a motion to adopt resolution number 13446, confirming the establishment of the cap bank?
Move.
Se- Second.
Motion by Freeholder Deputy Director Valenti, second by Freeholder Tamaro. Roll call.
Freeholder Barrett Volante,
Yes.
Freeholder Polos,
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro.
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti,
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rios.
Yes.
The 2013 budget summary was advertised in the Home News Tribune on February 25th, 2013, and posted in the lobby of the County Administration Building, calling for a public hearing on Thursday, March 7, 2013. The 2013 budget detail was sent to each public library in Middlesex County in accordance with NJSA 48:4-48.
Okay. Comments by, oh, the clerk will read the summary of the approved budget. I'm sorry.
Summary of approved budget. Total of general appropriations for 2013, $411,828,000, less anticipated revenues, $75,143,000. Amount to be raised by taxation, county purpose tax, $336,685,000.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to recognize Freeholder Carol Barrett Volante, Chair of the Finance Committee.
Thank you, Director. As chairperson of the county's Finance Committee, I am proud of the 2013 Middlesex County operating budget that once again holds the line on spending through the continued efforts to streamline operations through the use of new technology and operational efficiencies, and maintains the quality services our residents expect and deserve. I encourage my freeholder colleagues to approve this budget this evening. Since we introduced our budget plan last month, our AAA bond rating was reaffirmed, carrying on our tradition of proving our excellence fiscal management. This is the highest rating possible, and was achieved by giving a complete picture of the county's fiscal policies. We demonstrated our leadership in taking a balanced approach to planning open space, recreational facilities, and commercial development. We explained our plans for quality service and program delivery for our residents, and we proved our ability to keep a lid on our spending while exploring revenue growth opportunities. It is this forward-thinking, comprehensive planning that enables us to present a budget that is under the state allowable cap by more than $2.5 million. And it enables us to continue to offer the second lowest per capita cost of county government in the state. Our overall gross operating budget represents a less than 2% increase from our 2012 budget. I am proud to announce that this has been the trend since 2008. The Freeholder Board effectively managed the downturn in the economy over the past 5 years. We immediately took aggressive steps to do business differently and more efficiently. I am pleased to note that these austere practices have saved the county more than $20 million in operating expenses since 2008. These very same practices were a key element in our reaffirmed AAA rating. As the statement from the bond rating service reads, the rating reflects our view of the county's improving financial operations and reserve levels, with ongoing structural changes made to maintain balanced operations. The rating also reflects our assessment of the recent actions taken by the county to reduce its reliance on reserves and the restoration of fund balances considered a credit strength. We tightened our belt and at the same time established partnerships to generate new sources of revenue. Shared services agreements with our neighboring counties and with our municipalities continue to bring in upwards of $4 million in new and recurring revenue. From 2008 through 2012, our traditional items of revenue, such as real estate transaction fees, were decimated by the weak national economy to the tune of $20 million. This year, as the housing market begins its steady return, we are seeing our revenues stabilize. Our continued focus in the 2013 and beyond will be to provide quality services at costs that our residents can afford. This board of chosen freeholders and our county staff, especially CFO Al Kashinkas, Joe Peruti, and their staff should be commended for their hard work and dedication to the people of Middlesex County. We have worked together over the last 7 months to develop a budget that puts our residents and taxpayers first. Thank you.
Thank you, Freeholder Barrett Palante. This time I'd like to open up the public hearing on the budget. Anyone in the audience wish to speak?
I move to close the public portion.
Second.
Motion by Freeholder Tamaro, second by Freeholder Deputy Director Valente. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? There is a need to amend certain line items in the 2013 budget as introduced. There's a motion to add a resolution number 13447. Is there a motion?
Second.
Motion by Freeholder Deputy Director Valente, second by Freeholder Tamaro. Roll call.
Freeholder Barrett Palante.
Yes.
Freeholder Polos.
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro.
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti.
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rios.
Yes. At this time, I'd like to open the public portion on resolution number 13447 only. Anyone in the audience like to speak on Resolution 13447?
There being none, I close the motion.
Second.
Motion to close by Freeholder Deputy Director Valenti, second by Freeholder Tamaro. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Is there a motion to adopt Resolution number 13447 only?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Freeholder Deputy Director Valenti, second by Freeholder Tamaro. Roll call.
Freeholder Barabalante,
Yes.
Freeholder Polos,
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro,
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti,
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rios.
Yes. Clerk will read Resolution number 13447 regarding the amendments to the 2013 budget.
Amend 2013 budget, County of Middlesex, New Jersey. Whereas the county budget for the year 2013 was approved on February 7, 2013, and whereas the public hearing on said budget has been held and advertised, and whereas it is desired to amend said approved budget, now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Chosen Freeholders of the County of Middlesex that the following amendments to the approved budget of 2013 be made as follows. General revenues. Miscellaneous revenues, Section A, local revenues, interest on investments and deposits, from $216,510 to $141,510. Total Section A, local revenues, from $16,122,810 to $16,047,810. Miscellaneous revenues, Section D, special item of revenue of general revenue anticipated with prior written consent of the Director of Local Government Services, public and private revenues offset with appropriations. Rape crisis intervention from $56,000 to $0. DWI enforcement grant from $35,579 to $0. Victims of Crime Act supplement from $0 to $35,579. Interlocal service transportation Sayreville from $198,398 to $0. Interlocal services transportation Woodbridge from $349,509 to $0. Total Section D, special items of general revenue anticipated with prior written consent of the Director of Local Government Services, public and private revenues offset with appropriations, from $27,458,462 to $26,854,555. Miscellaneous revenues, Section E, special item of revenues of general revenue anticipated with prior written consent of the Director of Local Government Services, other special items, New Brunswick Housing Authority reimbursement bus transportation project from $127,601 to $0. Medicare Part D from $576,900 to $516,408. Total of Section E, special items of general revenue anticipated with prior written consent of the Director of Local Government Services, other special items, from $28,403,942 to $28,215,849. Miscellaneous revenues, total Section A, local revenues, from $16,122,810 to $16,047,810. Total Section D, special items of general revenue anticipated with prior written consent of the Director of Local Government Services, public and private revenues offset with appropriations, from $27,458,462 to $26,854,555. Total Section E, special items of general revenue anticipated with prior written consent of the Director of Local Government Services, other special items, from $28,403,942 to $28,215,849. Total miscellaneous revenues from $75,143,000 to $74,276,000. Total general revenues from $411,828,000 to $410,961,000. Appropriation, general government, insurance, workers' compensation, from $4,179,328 to $3,916,235. Total general government from $100,738,745 to $100,475,652. Subtotal operations from $300,422,829 to $300,159,736. Public and private programs offset by revenues. Rape crisis intervention from $56,000 to $0. DWI enforcement grant from $35,579 to $0. Victims of Crime Act supplement from $0 to $35,579. Interlocal service transportation Sayreville from $198,398 to $0. Interlocal services transportation Woodbridge from $349,509 to $0. Total public and private programs offset by revenues from $15,300,861 to $14,696,954. Total operations from $315,723,690 to $314,856,690. Total operations including contingent from $316,223,922 to $315,356,922. Other expenses including contingent from $211,085,922 to $210,218,922. Total general appropriations from $411,828,000 to $410,961,000. A, operations, subtotal operations from $300,422,829 to $300,159,736. Public and private programs offset by revenue from $15,300,861 to $14,696,954. Total operations from $315,723,690 to $314,856,690. Total operations including contingent from $316,223,922 to $315,356,922. Total general appropriations from $411,828,000 to $410,961,000. County Open Space, Recreation, Farmland, and Historic Preservation Trust Fund appropriations, debt service. Payment of bond principal from $8,550,000 to $9,084,866. Interest on bonds from $5,090,742 to $5,164,226. Total trust fund appropriations from $35,575,751 to $36,184,101. Dedicated revenues, fund balance from $19,659,722 to $5,117,101. Total trust fund revenues from $50,726,722 to $36,184,101. Be it further resolved that 2 certified copies of this resolution shall be filed forthwith in the Office of the Director of the Division of Local Government Services for his certification of the 2013 county budget so amended.
The clerk will read sheets 40 and 41 as amended.
Resolution, be it resolved by the Board of Chosen Freeholders of the County of Middlesex that the budget hereinbefore set forth is hereby adopted and shall constitute an appropriation for the purposes stated of the sums therein set forth as appropriations and other authorization of the amounts of $410,961,000 for the county to be raised by taxation and certification to the County Board of Taxation of the following summary of general revenues and appropriations. Summary of revenues, general revenues, surplus anticipated 0, Miscellaneous revenues anticipated, $74,276,000. Amount to be raised by taxation for county purposes, $336,685,000. Total general revenues, $410,961,000. Summary of appropriations. General appropriations, operations including contingent, $315,356,922. Capital improvements, $1 million. Total debt service, $67,847,375. Deferred charges and statutory expenditures county, $26,706,703. Total general appropriations, $410,911,000. It is hereby certified that budget is a true copy. Went too far, sorry.
Thank you. Is there a motion to adopt the 2013 county budget as amended?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Deputy Director Valenti, second by Freeholder Tamaro. Roll call?
Freeholder Barrett Volante,
Yes.
Freeholder Polos,
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro,
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti,
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rios.
Yes. Proclamations.
We have one this evening recognizing March as American Red Cross Month. And I understand Lynn Scott of the American Red Cross is with us. Freeholder Polos?
Freeholder Polos, you going to make that presentation? Is she here?
Yes, here she is.
Oh.
How are you? Well, today we're recognizing excuse me, contributions of the American Red Cross in New Jersey. My history with Red Cross goes back a long time ago, having been a first aid squad member for almost 30 years now. My first courses were through the Red Cross. Now, those of you who have been involved in emergency services know way back when, in order to be eligible to be on a first aid squad, volunteer, or ride an ambulance, you had to take the American Red Cross CPR and basic first aid courses. That has changed, and to some degree those courses are still being offered. Now there are EMT certifications and so forth. But the Red Cross really serves so many purposes, not only in training, but in also providing assistance and aid. Again, being involved in emergency management for many years, the Red Cross really has a great function and a purpose. It is really another element, if you will, of emergency services as we see it, because of the great reach that you have, the service that you're able to provide, and the help that you give to us not only during the course of the emergency, but post-incident as well. A lot of times when a lot of the emergency equipment picks up and goes home or back to the garage, it's the Red Cross that's really stepping up to the plate at that point to put the pieces back together, to help put the lives back together, to help put the buildings back together. So we congratulate you for the work that you do and wish you continued success.
Thank you very much. My name is Lynn Scott. I am the Disaster Response Manager for Mercer, Middlesex, and Hunterdon County. And I won't take too much time. I just want to say thank you for this, but more importantly, thank you for the help and the assistance and just the expertise that I have seen, that I've experienced in Middlesex County. You have some phenomenal people in your emergency services here. Some of my favorite people to work with, actually. You have many of them to thank for the services that your citizens receive from daily fires that happen throughout the county that we respond to, that we're called to by your emergency services people. Certainly, Hurricane Sandy was a wake-up call for all of us, and the support that I received from your county OEM, from your CERT, your MRC, your CART team, everyone in in Middlesex County. I live in Mercer County. In Middlesex County was just phenomenal to work with, and I would hope to continue that relationship for a long, long time. Most importantly, your John Ferguson, who is the head of your emergency services, was just phenomenal to work with, and I hope that he gets as much thanks as the Red Cross has in having this certified as Red Cross Month. Thank you.
Commemorative resolutions.
We have two this evening. The first is recognizing former Mayor John O'Leary of South Amboy as Irishman of the Year as selected by the Friendly Sons of St. Patrick of Central Jersey. And next is recognizing the efforts of Boy Scout Matthew Al Young of East Brunswick, Troop 223, for his efforts with the Middlesex County 2013 Point in Time Homeless Connect project and volunteering with that event.
Freeholder Valenti will make a presentation.
Matthew, would you come forward, please?
I have a resolution here from our Board of Chosen Freeholders. This young man did incredibly hard work for that event that we had, the Point in Time Project Homeless Connect. It occurred January 21st of 2013, and it's a project for individuals with no permanent residence to receive necessary resources and service referrals. The project serves as an opportunity for the nation to conduct a point-in-time count of the homeless to assess the severity of the issue within each geographic region and the county as a whole. And the staff of the Middlesex County Office of Human Services was able to secure several sites willing to offer free showers to participants of Project Homeless Connect, provided the county could supply bath towels for the individuals. And upon learning of this need, securing bath towels, Boy Scout Matthew Young, East Brunswick Troop 223, selflessly volunteered to lead a collection of new bath towels which were donated toward this effort. And whereas with dedication and enthusiasm, Matthew facilitated a successful bath towel drive, encouraging his fellow Troop 223 members, his family and friends to contribute, and his efforts resulted in the provision of a brand new bath towel to each individual who took advantage of the showers during this point-in-time Project Homeless Connect. Now therefore be resolved, Matthew, that the Board of Chosen Freeholders of the County of Middlesex, that we hereby recognize and applaud you for your dedication and your efforts and contributions to the success of that 2013 point-in-time Project Homeless Connect Middlesex County. Thank you so much. This is signed by all the members of the Board of Freeholders.
Correspondence.
Each freeholder has been provided with a list of correspondence received by the clerk's office since our last meeting. This correspondence will be kept on file in the office of the clerk of the board for reference.
Is there a motion to accept?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Freeholder Deputy Director Valenti, second by Freeholder Tamaro. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Reports from freeholders. Freeholder Carol Barrett-Balonte.
No report this evening, Director.
Freeholder H. James Polis.
Thank you, Director. A couple of items. One, we got some exciting news the other day about one of our groups here in Middlesex County, one of our departments, received a letter from the New Jersey chapter of the International Association of Arson Investigators. It's a very well-known organization within that circle of firefighters and fire investigation. And members of the board, I'm pleased to inform you that the Fire Investigation Unit of the Year is being bestowed upon the Middlesex County Fire Marshal's Office. It is quite an honor for a new department, one that was created back in just 2011, but endured some unbelievable situations in 2012. A number of fires that took place, 37 in fact that had to be investigated during the 2012 year. About a dozen fatalities that occurred in 2012, and some of you will remember the infamous fire that took place in South Plainfield that claimed the lives of 5 individuals and 4 children that really became known nationally. Under that type of stress and duress, with all that type of activity, the association has recognized the professionalism of the Middlesex County Fire Marshal's Office, their dedication to detail, the procedures that they followed, the type of investigations that were conducted. In addition, it also remarked that in addition to all of that work, the high quality of the education and training programs that they were able to generate during that same period of time, to them really seemed to be a monumental task and something worth recognizing. So we're very, very pleased that they are able to receive this prestigious award. They'll be going down to receive the award in the next several weeks, I think next couple of weeks. I don't remember the exact date, but I'd like to ask everybody for a round of applause for Mike Gallagher and the entire team at the Middlesex County Fire Marshal's Office. Also, just to quickly update you, Carl Kleberg, our retired major who was in charge of recovery and mitigation for the county and the Board of Freeholders, I think appropriately so supported the appointment of this individual to help those communities that were hardest hit during the hurricane with their rebuilding and recovery efforts, is just continuing to do a fantastic job. We continue to get great reports from Saraville and Old Bridge and Woodbridge. He's orchestrating another meeting in the next week or two with Congressman Pallone and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers to deal with other mitigation issues. And these kinds of meetings that he's able to orchestrate because of his knowledge, his experience, also his reach with the people that he knows and he's worked with over the years has been significant for Middlesex County and significant for these communities. One can only imagine how difficult it would be as a small municipality trying to go through the morass of red tape to get up to the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers and set up meetings to talk about major flood mitigation and damage projects. Well, with his help and coordination and the wonderful staff in public safety and the support of this board, these communities are really getting much more than just a hand reach. They're actually getting a hand being held and pulled into these meetings, and the ability to be able to develop these types of dialogues that I believe, and I think others do agree, would not have been able to occur. So he's just doing a yeoman's job, and we're very pleased, as a county, to be able to provide this additional assistance to our municipalities who we know are struggling to try to make improvements and recover from that horrific event. And with that, I will turn it back over to you, Director.
Thank you, Freeholder Polos. Freeholder Tamaro.
Thank you, Director. I am pleased to announce this evening we will be adding a resolution. It's Resolution 2356, which the County Freeholder Board is committing $3.4 million to go towards a bond from the state of New Jersey. This past November, the voters overwhelmingly approved a $150 million bond to help support our county college buildings. And Middlesex County College, the greatest county college in the state of New Jersey, will receive approximately $10 million for its science building. With that science building, they'll improve their health-related and biotech programs. So I am pleased to announce that this evening, and pretty soon we'll be putting those gold shovels in the ground and breaking ground over at the county college. I also want to announce this evening from the Extension Service, our 4-H clothing drive will be March. It actually started yesterday, but it also have March 20th and 21st. They are looking for used, new clothing, shoes, handbags, linens. You can bring them to the 4-H Center or the Earth Center. This Saturday, March 9th, they will have a craft and vendor fair from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. and vendor space is still available. March 16th, it's a Saturday, the 4-H breakfast with the bunnies fundraiser from 8:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. There'll be face painting, pictures with the bunnies to benefit 4-H projects. You can call for tickets at the Earth Center at 42 Reeve Avenue and Davidson Mill Pond Park in North Brunswick. And on March 20th, they will show you how to build a rain barrel. You can register by March 13th. Our County Vote Tech School in East Brunswick on 112 Rules Lane at 7 p.m. March 14th, 15th, 16th, 21st, and 22nd will be showing the play The Tempest, and it will be presented in the auditorium. Our Cultural and Heritage Commission, March 23rd through April 29th, Art Part Excellence, touring art exhibit created by VSA Arts, New Jersey, a very special arts program for people with disabilities. Will be at the Heldricks Hotel at 10 Livingston Avenue, New Brunswick. Students ages 3 through 21 submitted artwork from throughout the state of New Jersey. And on Wednesday, March 13th, which is next week, our folk life program Irish vocalist Mike Maloney and guests at 7 p.m. at the South Amboy High School, 200 Groverman Governor Hoffman Plaza, South Amboy. You can call for registration. And I heard Mickey Gross is going to be singing the national anthem there.
Oh, dear God.
Thank you.
Freeholder Deputy Director Valenti.
Thank you, Freeholder Director. This past week, all of us here, and I know our sheriff was also involved in Reading Across America, celebrating Dr. Seuss. And it's always a pleasure to look at the kindergarten and the first graders because they're so eager. They're like sponges, and they listen to you. You know, it's not like when I was having my kids; they didn't listen. But nevertheless, it was such a pleasure to be involved in that. And I have an announcement. The Surrogate's office recently opened its 11th satellite office at the Old Bridge Senior Center. This office will handle all probate matters handled at the main office in New Brunswick, including wills, administrations, and guardianships of minors. The Old Bridge site, as well as the other 10 satellite offices located throughout Middlesex County, expands access to these critical services by providing them at times and locations that may be more convenient than the main New Brunswick office. The Old Bridge office is open on Monday afternoons, and appointments can be scheduled by calling 732-745-3055. From the County Clerk's office, in a further effort to make services accessible to residents, the County Clerk's office will be open this Saturday, March 9th, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. to process U.S. passport applications. Applications will be accepted here in the County Administration Building, located, of course, at 75 Bayard Street. And information on the costs and the requirements for applying for a passport can be obtained by calling the County Clerk's office at 732-745-3404. And that's my report.
Thank you, Freeholder Deputy Director Valenti. Mr. Kelso, resolutions to be added.
Yes, Freeholder Director, we have two resolutions proposed for addition. The first would be to amend appointments to various boards and commissions to reflect the election of Freeholder Director Ronald G. Rios and Freeholder Deputy Director Blanquita B. Valenti for the balance of the 2013 year, and that would be Resolution Permanent Number 13-370. And second, in furtherance of what was announced by Freeholder Tamara earlier, a resolution to authorize approval to commit matching funds in the amount of $3,400,000 to Middlesex County College in support of their Building Our Future Bond Act application for the purpose of increasing additional instructional and laboratory space for their science building project. And this resolution will carry the permanent number of 13-448. And those are the two proposed for addition.
Are there any resolutions? Oh, we have to
roll
take
call
a
vote for-
motion
yes.
to
Add those.
And I'll
add
second.
those. Motion by Freeholder Deputy Director Valenti, seconded by Freeholder Tamaro. Roll call.
Freeholder Barrett Belante.
Yes.
Freeholder Polos.
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro.
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti.
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rios.
Yes. Resolutions to be amended.
There are none.
Resolutions to be held.
There are none.
Resolutions to be voided.
There are also none.
At this time, I would like to open up the meeting to the public on any resolution only. Anyone on the public who would like to speak on any of the resolutions?
Hearing no public comment, I move to close the public portion.
Second.
Motion by Freeholder Tamaro, seconded by Freeholder Deputy Director Valenti. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Are there any items to be removed from the consent agenda and voted on separately? There are none.
That's right.
Mr. Kelso?
Yes, at this time, then, a motion would be in order to adopt the consent agenda consisting of resolution numbers 13-370 through Resolution 13-448, excluding resolution numbers 13-446 and 447, which were previously voted upon.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Freeholder Deputy Director Valenti, seconded by Freeholder Tamaro. Roll call.
Freeholder Barrett Belante,
Yes.
Freeholder Polos,
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro,
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti,
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rios.
Yes. At this time, I'd like to open up the meeting to the public on any items that anyone would like to speak on. State your name for the record, please.
Good evening. My name's Alan Dancer. I'm from Cranberry, and I am honored to be the chairman of your Agricultural Development Board, having served on that for almost 30 years. Together, we've been able to permanently preserve several thousand acres of farmland in Middlesex County, and I want to thank you for, we have always had the support of the board for anything that we have needed or asked for in that effort. I want you to know that I've put together 27 or 29 budgets at the municipal level, and know that there's always 3 people looking for every dollar that there is available. But I came tonight to impress upon you the fact that farmland needs farmers, and the farmland and the farmers need the support that they get from the experiment station and the extension service. So I'm just saying that in order to keep them productive and keep them efficient, all of the support that we get from those services are necessary, and I want to remind you that as you do your very difficult job at trying to allocate those precious resources. Thank you.
Thank you.
Freeholder Director, may I ask Mr. Dancer a question? Mr. Dancer? In support of the farmers, since we've done so much to support the land that the farmers are utilizing in the county, do you think that there could be a better effort at trying to promote to shop locally, to buy locally grown produce in the county? Is that something that would benefit the farmers if we were able to promote buying what we actually grow here?
Yes, absolutely. I think it's good for all the residents, and it's certainly good for all of the farmers that have farm stands and produce all those things.
I was just going to suggest, maybe, Director, that maybe through your offices and maybe the Office of Economic Development, maybe we could come up with a promotional campaign to talk about buying what's grown locally. I mean, it would help the farmers promote. It's a sustainable initiative because it certainly falls within the framework of our sustainability program. Just a suggestion.
Thank you. Yeah, well, you know what we'll do? We'll have Kathy Shaw from our Economic Development Office contact you and see if we could come up with some kind of program for that.
Okay, that's great. We would appreciate it and be happy to work with you.
Thank you. Anyone else from the public like to speak? Sure.
Nervous. Good evening. My name is Jay Scott. I'd first like to thank the Freeholders for their support of the Middlesex County Master Gardeners Program. Thanks to that support, I've been able to be trained at the Earth Center at Davidson's Mill Pond Park with the help of the Rutgers Cooperative Extension. Middlesex County's Master Gardener Program continues to grow every year. Pat Evans has played a major role in the growth of this program. By working full-time for the county, Pat can help secure grant funding and donations to help expand our programs while lessening the burden on Middlesex County taxpayers. We are one of only a few counties that offers a Master Gardener training program at night. People come from as far away as New York City to study at night at the Earth Center, and during their intern period, they help Middlesex County. Pat is a member of a strong team at the Earth Center working under the direction of Bill Lubick and Rich Weidman, and Bill said that we're working on a gardening program with concentrating on letting people know about our farmers and what they're growing. So I think there's something coming. And Rich Weidman, but we could really use Pat as a full-time coordinator. In her part-time role, she has helped the programs at the Davidson Mill Pond Park to grow into an oasis. And again, it's a wonderful, wonderful place for all the residents of the county. Herb gardens, children's garden, a memorial garden, a butterfly house, beehives, and more. All thanks to Pat's hard work. I happen to be the coordinator of the Middlesex County Master Gardeners Helpline. It's a free service for county residents where they can ask any questions that relates to plants, vegetables, trees, shrubs, and even stink bugs. With Pat's help, we've expanded to include an email address at which people can ask for plant help. If Pat were there full-time, I know she'd be able to spend more time on task to develop grants to strengthen our program and bring more programs to the county. You all know our older ranch house was struck by trees in a storm. We had to move into the Earth Center, and Pat has been a huge help in keeping the programs running smoothly. Thank you for our temporary trailer, and we look forward to a new, larger building so that there's enough room for all the master gardeners to meet in one place and to keep the programs going. Again, thank you all again for your commitment to the greening of Middlesex County. It's really important to continue this initiative, and we appreciate all your support. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else in the public who wish to speak?
Mr. Director, board members, today's an education for me. It's the first time
State your
I've
name,
attended.
please, for the record, sir.
Yeah, Fred Primich. I'm a retired chest surgeon and also a retired naval reservist of the Medical Corps. 28 years of service. Tonight's a education for me. I've been involved with the Master Gardener program since I retired from chest surgery in 1997. I took the Master Gardener program, and the volunteerism has been a benefit for me as an aging chest surgeon. I've been asked to give presentations around the county and to the Master Gardener students on container gardening and horticultural therapy. In your presentation, what you're interested in for the county hits home for me. As a veteran, as a senior, as a grandfather, there's so much that we can offer. And the Master Gardener program, as you know, generates volunteers. I think it's, as a county member or as a county resident, since 1968, Metuchen. My wife's family goes back to the turn of the century, where her grandfather ran the trolley in Metuchen. This program is an investment, and I know you'll seriously think about supporting it. If you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them. I can go on for hours.
Thank you. Anyone else in the public?
Good evening. My name is David Earl. I'm nearly a lifetime resident of Middlesex County, and I'd like to thank Freeholders and especially Director Rios and Freeholder Tamaro for all the support that you've given the 4-H program. I've been a volunteer with 4-H for 28 years. 4-H has been around for a little over 100 years, 110 years. 1902, I believe, is the date. And we appreciate your support. And hopefully you'll continue to support the program and Extension in general. I have many friends in the ag community. The Davidson Mills Earth Center is an excellent place. We meet there. We meet at the Middlesex County 4-H Youth Center. So your continued support would be greatly appreciated, and I want to thank you again.
Thank you. Anyone else in the public? Oh.
Good evening, freeholders, members of the public. It's an honor to speak to you tonight. My name is Charles Cradaville. I'm the editor of an internet newspaper, NewBrunswickToday.com, and I want to congratulate all the officials on their new positions. My question's for our new freeholder director. Mr. Rios, I signed your petition to run for this office that you're serving in now, and you're a man I have great respect for. So I hope you'll hear me out, hear my question, and hopefully be able to give me an honest answer. So my question is hypothetical. I know you've run for office before. Let's say you were running for office as you were last year. Let's say you researched, you followed all the rules, you followed all the instructions from the proper officials, you knew the proper number of signatures you needed, you got my signature and some more, and then you submitted your petitions in time for the proper deadline, found out who the other candidates were, and went home to go strategize, talk to your family, work on your campaign. And let's say partway through the campaign, maybe almost a third of the way through the campaign, you read the newspaper and you find out that you were really curious why there wasn't a Republican running, but now it turns out there is a Republican running against you, and they had put in a petition after the deadline that you thought was the deadline. How would you react to that if that happened to you?
Mr. Cradiville, I'm not going to get into a hypothetical question. If you have a legal question that you want to ask, I would recommend that you ask a legal question, and we'll be able to have county counsel answer the question for you. I'm not a lawyer. I don't profess to be a lawyer. But as a hypothetical question, I don't think we're going to gain anything by a hypothetical question. If you have a legal question, feel free to ask it.
The reason I ask is because it could be a legal question, because let's say you thought that you were wronged, you could file a lawsuit. And I think that is something that what happened in the New Brunswick election, the county's involvement in that election, is something that raises questions. And I think that those questions could end up being a lawsuit. And I think that that reflects on the entire board and the taxpayers in this budget you just passed. So, I think my real issue is with your attorney, and your attorney's opinion on this matter has changed. At January 17th meeting, he said that the deadline was extended. After I reported this in my newspaper, NewBrunswickToday.com, he said that the deadline was never changed. So I think that I'm trying to raise the fact that there's a conflict of interest with Mr. Kelso, who's clearly involved in the New Brunswick Democratic Organization and clearly has had a horse in this race, so to speak. So I would ask humbly that this board appoint an independent attorney to give an opinion on this very real and important question of whether or not the election in New Brunswick was held fairly. Is that something the board would be willing to do?
Thank you for your comments, Mr. Cradiville. And I think we have a well-qualified attorney here who has always given us sound advice, and I trust his judgment and his professionalism.
Well, I think there's certainly the perception of a conflict of interest here, and I think, again, that reflects poorly on the entire board, it reflects poorly on the election, and it exposes the county to costly lawsuits. So I think it would be in the best interest of taxpayers, in the best interest of maintaining integrity in these elections that we all agree are so important, that we appoint someone independent to give you an opinion on this and whether or not all the laws were followed by the county.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyone else from the public wish to speak?
Good evening, George Hamilton. I'm nervous. I am a resident of North Brunswick. I'm here though tonight as my role as a professor at Rutgers University. I can speak to students, but I can't speak to you tonight for some reason. I'm just here to thank you for your support of Rutgers Cooperative Extension here in Middlesex County. As one of the state specialists at the university, without them, the research that we conduct at the university would not get out to the residents of Middlesex County as well as it does. We rely on them and also the county extension folks in the other counties. I know our system at Rutgers is a little hard to understand how it works. I also understand that you may have some questions about it that I'd be more than happy to attempt to answer for you tonight if you would like to. And again, I just want to thank you for your continued support of the Cooperative Extension Office here in the county.
Thank you. Anyone else from the public? Yes, sir.
Good evening. My name is Christopher Paul. I was a long-time Middlesex County resident, and I own a business within Middlesex County. We employ about 30 people. We do landscape construction, and my company and my employees have benefited greatly by the cooperative extension programs and your support for the Master Gardeners. It frees the cooperative extension up to run the programs like the Organic Land Care program they just started this year, Myself and one of my employees went through the program in New Jersey and also up at NOFA in Connecticut. My company has made a commitment to, at least for our company, to eliminate the use of synthetic fertilizers and toxic pesticides on all our properties. We're doing so really effectively. It's kind of a hard sell for us because there's not a lot of hard data we can give our client base as far as the efficacy of organics these days. We try to educate them on proper water management, what it's doing with nitrogen eutrophication with our waterways. We're working on some high-profile ball fields, and we're also, as a company, inviting other companies to come learn from us. We've been doing a little bit of teaching in-house, and we have learned a great deal from the programs. It's brought a bit of an excitement into our company. It's brought an excitement about in our community, and I just wanted to thank you guys for your support with all the programs. It has benefited us greatly. We're growing. We're able to employ more people, pay them better. So thank you very, very much.
Thank you. Anyone else in the public?
Good evening. I'm Jim Chamorese. I'm an East Brunswick farmer, a lifelong resident of Middlesex County, and I too just want to show my support for cooperative extension. I also serve as state board president of State Board of Agriculture, so I get to see a lot of counties and I get to see a lot of good things that happen with Rutgers Cooperative Extension, and I have to say that Middlesex really is one of the best. I've heard many of you folks this evening explain how good Middlesex County does, and I really appreciate that. And I have to appreciate the job that Bill Lubick does and his staff, and I have to attribute my success really to a lot of that comes out of there. So I just want to express my thanks, and any support you can give us, we greatly appreciate. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else in the public? Yes, sir.
John Hauser, farmer in Old Bridge Township in Middlesex County, lifelong resident, and would just like to point out to you some of the accomplishments that, because of the help that we get through the Extension Service, that Middlesex County farmers have done. In the past 2 years, it seems we've cornered a lot of the awards that are available for farmers in New Jersey. In 2012, Middlesex County farmer Roy Etch was acknowledged by the Agricultural Society of New Jersey, the oldest ag society in organization in New Jersey, and got the Gold Medallion Award, which is an outstanding award for agriculture, contributions throughout his lifetime. Also in that year, we were able to, from the New Jersey Vegetable Growers, a Middlesex County grower, got the New Jersey Vegetable Grower of the Year, was Jim Jimmerese in our audience here. 2012, we also received the Fruit Grower of the Year award here in Middlesex County. In 2013, you have 2 farms that are going into, recognized by the Ag Society as Century Farms. Century Farms are not only 100 years old, they also are acknowledged for their practices, their innovations, and their conservation programs. The Von Thun Farm is one that got recognized and will be awarded the award in April at Forescate Farms. The Ag Society holds a gala over there, and Hauser Hill Farms also got an award there. And additionally, this year, the Gold Medallion for the second time was awarded to a Middlesex County grower, Billy Griffin, for his outstanding contributions to agriculture and his nurserymen in East Brunswick there. So if you think about that, the accomplishments there, 3 awards, 2 years in a row for outstanding agriculture there, and it's all because of the active growers that you have in this county, the outstanding job they do, because you've got to remember they're competing with the huge farms throughout the state. We're small in the number of acres that we have here, but we're doing a quality job. And all of this abilities and this innovation and conservation and all these practices that we're able to do come through our extension office and through the specialists that we have here. I've worked with many of you as freeholders before. I'd like to recognize Mr. Tamara there for our liaison to our ag board there. Outstanding. He makes himself available. He's been really wonderful working through this budget process there. We need a few more things, and we're working on those now, and with your continued help and understanding there, I'd like to be able to call on you guys again for your help and support there. And I just wanted you to be aware of that the growers in your county here, the finest county, like that you pointed out here, you've got some of the finest growers in the state. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else in the public wish to speak?
Second.
Motion to close by Freeholder Deputy Director Valenti, seconded by Freeholder Tamara. All in favor?
Aye. Freeholder Director, I'd just like to make a comment. I've been speaking with Mr. Farmer Von Thon, and I asked for him to put together a Freeholder Day at the farm. And hopefully all our colleagues on the board can come and spend the day at our visiting our farms in Middlesex County. And along Jim Polis's thinking, maybe we can hire a camera photographer to take pictures and show that to all our people in the county as we do our freeholder meetings and spotlight on Middlesex County. So I think it'd be a great idea and a way to promote our farming industry and to show that we really support them. Would everybody who's here this evening that's supporting the Extension Service please stand up? As you can see, we have a lot of support for our Extension Service, and they got to pay for parking too. So we appreciate you coming out this evening. Thank you very much. Thank you, Director.
Thank you. Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved. Second.
Motion by Deputy Director Valenti, seconded by Freeholder Tamara. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting adjourned.